What's up, everybody? This is the Drop Daily, 5 things you need to know for May 8th, 2020. We're going to get into it. Number 1, No Simple Road is out with a new episode, and their guest is me. I was really honored to be interviewed by the crew, one of our longtime podcasts, No Simple Road. I really love those guys. We talked about, how we're dealing with this time. We talked about some of my history with Fish and the Dead and music. How Osiris got started, where Osiris is going next, and a lot of banter and laughs and fun. So it was really fun. If you're interested, check it out. I'll put a link in the show notes. And thanks for checking out No Simple Road. All right, I want to tell you about some live streams. First, number 2, 4 p.m. Eastern, Nathaniel Ratel from Pickathon 2019. I'm sure you've all heard of this guy. He's a force of nature, and I'm really interested in checking out this set from the festival from 2019. You might know him through his work with Nathaniel Ratel and the Night Sweats. Really good stuff. And he just put out a new album called And It's Still All Right earlier this spring, which you should check out as well. So that's 4 p.m. Nathaniel Ratel. Number 3, 8 p.m. Disco Biscuits 2/28/08 replay. This is part of the ongoing You Got I Got You virtual tour. This week's bringing you a show from the legendary Starland Ballroom from 2008. There's a 30-minute Mr. Don opener, a long Memphis Sandwich, Space Birds, Save the Robots, Crickets, and more. It's really good. And I also want to say last night we interviewed John Barber of the Biscuits for the Helping Friendly podcast, and that's going to come out next week. It was really fun. We had a blast. We talked about a lot of music and actually listened to some music and talked about the jams of both Fish and the Biscuits. So that'll be out next Wednesday. All right, number 4, 9 p.m. Eastern, Humphreys McGee 7/6/18 replay. So this is brought to us by Breckenridge Brewery. It's a live stream event that has 2 parts. The first is what I've mentioned before, 9 p.m., the Wine Not with Brendan Bayless stream from his basement, in his pajamas with wine. He plays some music, tells stories, does some singing. And then at 9:30, you can watch the whole 7/6/18 show from Red Rocks, which is pretty cool. There's a Similar Skin, a Hurt Birdbath, a Long Higgins in the second set. It's a good show, and always love checking out those Humphreys streams. All right, finally, number 5, Osiris is back. Of course, I have to tell you to listen to Barton Hall 1977. I feel morally obligated to encourage you to listen to this show. I listen to it often. It's interesting. There's so much history around this show. Is it even the best show of that week? I don't know. People debate that. Is it the best show ever? A lot of people say yes. A lot of people say no. Did it even happen? That's a question that people have asked. There's a sort of circulated document in the tape collecting world that I'll put a link to. And I just want to read you a little bit of this because there is a conspiracy theory out there that Barton Hall 1977 never happened and was part of a CIA mind control experiment. So this person wrote this up and then it was circulated for years. So I'm just going to read from this document that talks about why Barton Hall never happened. The fact is, Barton Hall was a hoax perpetrated through a joint effort of the U.S. Department of Defense and the CIA. And this is nothing new. My uncle served in Nam with one of the guys that were actually in the CIA experiment. Hell, if you don't believe me, it's even on the archive. One more piece. This is just sort of after Barton Hall, how the hoax continued. A week after the concert experiment, a second test was done on the town of Cornell itself. Who knew it was a town? In order to perfect this hoax, the town itself must also be convinced that the concert took place. Disney had acquired ownership of all the local TV and radio stations through dummy corporations. Using special chips developed by Microsoft, they played subliminal messages to every man, woman, and child in a 100-mile radius of Barton Hall. For the most part, this programming still holds today, although some people did prove resistant to the message. So I think this is pretty cool. I actually think this show did happen, but I'm one of those people who believe stuff. So anyway, it's a fucking great show, so you should give it a listen. And it's always a good anniversary to celebrate. So check that out. And thanks for tuning into The Drop. We'll see you all Saturday, and we'll be talking about a dance party. Take it easy, everybody.